everyone. Today I'm gonna be doing a 2021 recap slash just my feelings towards 2021 and what I have to say to the year. And this video is going to be sort of personal, and I am going to talk about a lot of things that happened this year, but obviously brief, not like a full Mahabharat, but although it does feel like a Mahabharat. But yeah, I will talk about it and excuse my throat, but yes. So I am going to talk about a lot of things. I hope I'm not going to be judged here, and it's totally fine if you don't want to watch this video, because it is going to be personal and I am going to be oversharing at some point. But yeah, so I just hope that everyone watching this video takes something away from it. And yeah, alright, let's get into it. So and please excuse my throat in between. Okay, alright. So I think this whole year in one sentence would be growth over company. And I think one word for this year would be growth. And growth not just physically but mentally, through experiences. So my experiences have grown, the way I communicate has grown, the way I understand people has grown, the way I judge people. I mean, I don't really judge people, but if I said I don't really judge people, there'll be people in the comments who will say, I'm sure you judge people. Like, I think everybody at some point judges someone. But I think I've learned a very different way of doing it, and moreover, I think I've understood the whole concept behind, feeling that judgment towards someone else and towards myself. So that, then excuse me, 1 second. I forgot to keep water. Yeah, okay. So I think most of all, I understood a lot of relationships and friendships around me. I understood a lot of people around me. I understood a lot of things that, like out of the textbook sort of stuff, like things I learned through understanding behaviors, understanding people around me. And yeah, so I feel like on the last day of this year, as gloomy as my new year plan is, I'm really grateful for this year, because there's a lot, absolutely a lot I have learned this year. And to be honest, I did sit down and try to write a list about it, and the list did go on like quite like a few lines. And I was just thinking to myself that, if I put this in a video, the video won't become a video, it won't stay a video anymore, it'll be more like a movie like 2021. But yeah, so I just want to talk about a couple of things. I think the first and most important thing this year taught me was that I can plan every single minute and I can plan every single day, and it wouldn't go according to plan. Like I can have a whole list of things to do, and a list of things I want to do, or things that I look forward to, and I have documented it and kept it like in a calendar and everything because of the organization freak I am. But irrespective of all that, at some point, I realized that in spite of me making so many calendars, or whatever, schedules, calendars, everything, it won't always go according to that, because now this is where I start sharing stuff. So I had typhoid. I was admitted for typhoid in October end, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, mid October end, and I missed my finals. I missed my semi term finals sort of thing. They were basically kind of prelims. Now I don't want to get into how to explain how prelims were in October or whatever, but I did have exams and they were important, and I had studied for them, but unfortunately a week before them I fell ill and I had fever, whatever happens when someone falls ill, and at first it was oversharing. You're gonna see a lot of times in this video where I start oversharing and then I realize and I'll be like, oh okay, alright, let's stop there. But basically I fell sick, and eventually I was hospitalized. I was in the hospital for 10 days, and of course I had a lot planned for those 10 days. I had a lot of application work I had to finish. I had a lot of studying to do. I had a lot of small things I wanted to finish before that month ended, or in the end basically the year ended. I had a lot of things to be finished for that month, and of course applications, but my plans failed and I couldn't, because it's just how it is. And I've realized that when you plan something, or when you have like a designated thing to do for a designated day or something of that sort, it is all right for it to not go the way you thought it would. Because I'm gonna be very honest here, so after I was okay and I was discharged, or a few days before the discharge, this thought kept coming back to me, saying that I had a lot planned for these few past days, and I've lost those days, and I've not done anything productive, and XYZ. But friends, family, and even doctors, nurses, all were like, you need to relax, and I think I really need to hear that, because I tried my best and it did not go according to plan. So first of all, it wasn't my fault. I can't blame myself for it, but yeah, it wasn't really my fault, and I did feel that sort of guilt that I haven't been up to date with my things to do and everything. So yeah, my lesson number 1 from 2021 has been, oh, that rhymes, my lesson 1 from 2021. Ooh, okay. Sorry. So I think my first lesson has been that I can plan, and maybe sometimes they won't succeed. My plans may not succeed because maybe there's something else planned for me. So for 2022, I hope that I can learn to be flexible with both my life and my to-do list. Yeah, that was my first I think the first lesson I learned this year. Okay, what a break. My second lesson would be to always keep time for myself. And a lot of people who know me already, they know that I already do this. I already have sort of like me dates for every month, and I do like spending time with myself. I like reading books on my own. I like sitting in silence, and I'm really glad that this year helped me carve that habit, and I'm very grateful for it. But I think what this year taught me was that irrespective of what anybody says, or irrespective of what anybody else in my life thinks about my personal time or my, my personal space, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because that is my personal space. And if this person is either close to me or isn't close to me, I have to learn to keep healthy boundaries, because until unless I have healthy boundaries, friendships and relationships won't survive. And to be honest, I won't be the happiest in those friendships or relationships, which is why I understood this. And I think I'm very, very happy that this year taught me that irrespective of what happens, I always have me, I always have myself. And I know I have all my friends, all my family and everything, and I know they love me, and I love them, of course. And I understand that, I am learning a lot of things, but I think this year taught me how to fall in love with myself, and I am extremely grateful for that. Yeah. Okay. Number 3. I think it's an addition to number 2, but I want to give it separate note because I think it deserves a separate note. Is that sometimes asking for help is the best way to go, because why is it a connection to this before one is because when you start loving yourself and when you start just loving your own company, there will be a time where you will feel like, oh okay, I don't really need anybody, or I think I can handle this on my own. And then eventually it becomes a cycle, or it just keeps going on and on, that anytime any problem comes up, or anything, to be honest, not even a problem, your instant reaction to it would be, oh okay, I can handle this, even if it's not something that you can handle on your own. And I think this year taught me that when you feel like it, and sometimes when you don't feel like it, asking for help is the best thing. And help can be not I don't mean help in the sense that professional help or some sort of reaching out to someone sort of thing. Small little things like I don't know, getting some help to study something, or getting help to just get through a day, maybe just talk about something other than yourself, like in a bad place. Maybe you just you don't have to feel the need to do something just because you have to do it. I think this year did teach me that, because I realized that even though I did not take my friends for granted, there may have been a time where they might have felt like they didn't, like that I didn't need them. And I think that did stem from, or part of it stemmed from the fact that I thought that I didn't need, that I could handle things on my own. And I'm not saying I can't handle things on my own, I can, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this can too, and they know that. But I think sometimes all of us need our friends around us. So yeah, I think instead of solving problems or issues on your own, solve them with your friends, solve them with your family. Maybe at that time it'll just grow you guys closer. So yeah. My fourth lesson is also connected to the third. I'm just saying all connected ones. My fourth lesson is connected to the third one. So this year I understood a lot of my friendships and a lot of the people around me. Like, the people who, be it best friend, be it sisters, be it uncles, aunts, whatever. I think I did this year learn a lot about, communication and just in general a relationship, a friendship. And I think it was a very important lesson because I understood that not everyone is going to expect the same way I do. Not everyone is going to react the same way I thought they would. And if someone has grown, and sometimes it's okay, people grow apart, and when two people grow in different directions, it's definitely going to take a toll on both the friendship as well as the long-term aspects of it, because people change. It's the inevitable truth that people change, and not everybody can help it. So I think I learned that, to stop forcing things, to stop trying to make something work that isn't supposed to. And I think, as bittersweet as this lesson may have been, it was a very important one, and I think I learned a lot and maybe lost a lot too. But I am grateful for this lesson because nevertheless it opened my eyes. It made me understand and appreciate what I have, and through this at least I know now that, of course, that time was not wasted because it was a friendship, it was a relationship, it was something which I was building, which we were building together. And of course it was not a waste of time. But after realizing and after understanding so much about my communication, the people around me and everything, and this is for everyone watching, if you feel like there is someone in your life who doesn't really impact it as way, or does impact it but in a bad way, you don't have to let go of them completely, but you can forgive yourself and you can start to let go, because at some point you will have to. And I think when it's gradual, it's so much easier than when suddenly you just cut them off or cut the ribbon off or something like that. So I think that was a very important lesson because I understood a lot, and I'll be going into 2022 with a lot more maturity and understanding of the people around me. So very grateful for that. I think 4 are done now. Yeah, 4 are done. What a break. I think my 5th lesson for this year was, and I think I've repeated this in my journal like almost every week, but is to live now, like to live in the present. And why I say this is because with all these applications and like essays to be written and everything, my focus, and I think everyone's focus when they're writing these essays and sending out applications, is that okay, it's for the future, it's to get into a university or a college. And of course it has to be in the future. It's not like I'm gonna write it and then just enter the college or university, which I completely understand. But at some point my mind shifted to living in the future rather than living in the present. And I think through that I understood a lot that I was constantly focusing on things that are to come, or things that are supposed to happen, more than things that are happening right now. And I think that's another very important lesson that I'm going to take with me into 2022. And super grateful for that again. I think, like I said in the beginning, this year has been nothing but growth and understanding myself more. And I think a part of understanding myself has been those enormous amounts of essays I've written. Like, don't even get me started on the essay part. I've written so many. But I think I enjoyed that because there was so much of self-reflection, like in those essays. Like, I had to talk about something that may have happened, or I can make a whole other video on it. That's how much I've written. But yeah, I think it was a very wholesome year. And apart from these 5 main lessons of the year, I think an overall lesson has just been to appreciate everything I have and who I have it because of. My family, my parents, my brother, and all my friends. And I appreciate all of them, and they know that. I think throughout this year there was a part where I stopped, or I wasn't really myself. I don't really know how or what that means, or how should I explain that to you. But there was a time when I wasn't myself, and I think that's the time when a lot of my friendships suffered, and that taught me a lot. I think that told me that not a lot of my friendships, but quite a few did suffer. And when things were normal and when I felt like myself again, some of them came back to being exactly where they were, while some became very distant. And I think that taught me a lot about that specific, those specific friendships, and made me understand a lot about what kind of a bond we really do have. Because even when I didn't feel like myself, I still trusted, I still had that trust, or that feeling of like, okay, you know what, I'll be fine. And when I will be fine, I know that my friendships and my bonds will be right where I left them, or right where they are, because I trust them. So I think that whole experience was very, very bittersweet. I'm gonna be very honest about it. And I think it taught me a lot, but it also opened my eyes, and I'm again extremely grateful. I have understood a lot through this. And yeah, okay, so all of these lessons and teachings of the year, I think I don't really have a lot of words after all that I've said, but it was a great year, and I'm grateful for all these lessons that I've learned, and I'm looking forward to 2022. Now, I also want to talk about some small little things that I am super like specific things I'm super grateful for. Sorry. One is being introduced to journaling. I think especially because I started with a journaling group first, and then went on to, you know, continue on my own. But I think I fell in love with this whole process of, you know, understanding yourself, and I think that also made me love writing about my experiences more, which is why I also started the blog and everything, sorry. And I think, yeah, so the first thing I'm very grateful for is you know, journaling and my journals. So as of now, I mean, I've just kept them all open, I don't even know why, but as of now I have 2. Yeah, just ignore the cover. As of now I have 2. I've filled 1 and the other one's almost over, which will get over like today, I think. I don't know, let's see. And I did purchase a Oat Studio planner, so 2022, and of course I absolutely love it because I love diaries. So yeah, but as you can see, I love journaling now. I love writing for myself, not for anybody else. And a lot of people ask me, not a lot of people, but like quite a few people ask me that the blog that I started, was it because I wanted to, you know, gain more people following me on that blog, or, you know, just gain more audience and so on. And I say that my purpose behind it is not that. My purpose behind having a blog is not that. It's so I can document it and have it right there, like, you know, just with me. And it's like, I'm not sure if anybody's heard this, but basically there are these so what you can do is, I mean, this is a great idea for 2022 as well. I was gonna mention it later, but I'll mention it now. It's like having an Instagram account just for myself, like, so no one follows it, and like, it's just an account. There's no following, nothing, no likes, nothing, and I just post for myself. And it's a private account, it can't be a public account, because if it was a public account then I'd have followers. And it's for my milestones and, you know, for me. And I think that's what my blog is. It's for me, you know, it's for my experiences, it's for my own, you know, thoughts. And I think even though it is public and people can follow it and read it and everything, it's not my intention. I mean, it's not that I want everybody to, you know, appreciate it and be all, oh wow, that's amazing and everything. Like, I'm grateful, thank you for giving me all those, you know, amazing comments over it, but that has never been my purpose. That has never been my thing. It's just been something that I write for myself, and the only reason I shared it is because if at any point of time someone does read it and does come across it and find some sort of closure through it, or some sort of, you know, thought process where they can heal in a different way, then I'd be glad. That's all. So yes, that is my 2021 recap, I guess. I mean, a lot has happened this year, and I think I've learned a lot, and I'm extremely grateful again. I think I've said the word grateful like so many times in this video. But yes, I am really, I think I'm also very proud of myself, and I'm proud of everybody who's watching this video and, you know, got through this amazing year with a lot of lessons and a lot of, you know, experiences. And I just like to end this video in just a minute and just like to say something, is that I'm really grateful to have this platform, and I'm grateful to have gone through a lot of things, and in this past year, but come back stronger. And I'm beyond grateful for my life. So what I want to say in the end is that whoever is watching this video, if you can and if you feel comfortable, please do comment down what are the things that you learned. I'm not going to give you a number of things, but you can name one, you can name 10, up to you. But it's a nice thing to look back at the year and understand what happened, what went wrong, what went right, and just be grateful. So I will be looking forward to reading all your lessons and everything, but even if you don't want to, I hope you do write it off somewhere and do look at it and think over it, because I think it's very important. But if you do decide to put it down there, please do, because I love to read it. And yeah, do follow me on Instagram as well. I don't really know what I do, but I do a lot of things. Yeah, I have my Instagram, Twitter linked down below as well, so do follow me there, and see you in 2022. Bye. I like that.